like we're up and running. Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 9 of the Spring into Simple Decluttering Challenge. Before we get started, I just wanted to mention I know the weekends can be busy and there's lots of other stuff going on, so I really encourage you to spend just a little time decluttering today. Even if it's only 5, 10, 15 minutes, that's okay. It all adds up. It's just kind of building that consistent decluttering habit that makes the biggest difference. So I know the weekends can be tough sometimes, so I really encourage you to try to spend just even a few minutes working on today's decluttering task, because it really adds up and it keeps that momentum going. So that was what I wanted to say first. Now we will dive into today's task. I'm excited because this is a fun one. So today we're doing one more day in the kitchen, one more day of kitchen decluttering. And today's task is a little bit different. Instead of me telling you exactly what I want you to work on, good morning, Cheryl, I want you to pick your own spot to declutter today. And the reason for this is we all have different kitchens, different pain points, different things that are cluttered or needing a little work. So I thought it'd be kind of fun. I called it Choose Your Own Adventure. You get to pick what works for you. And good morning, Diane. And I like to choose, I would suggest choosing an area that maybe just needs like a little TLC or is causing you some stress or frustration. I think we all have somewhere in our homes, and probably somewhere even in our kitchen, that we can identify quite quickly that just feels a little too much, is making life a little challenging, a little frustrating. So see if you can find that area. Just what needs a little of your attention today. If your kitchen is fully decluttered, I know some people are already at that stage, you could also maybe catch up on other tasks that you've missed in the challenge. Use this as a catch-up day. Or you can even do some like deep cleaning. Maybe you want to wipe your cupboards, the outsides or the insides. My coffee maker this morning just told me it's time to descale it. So that's another thing. You could do like some appliance maintenance if you want to do that. So basically just picking whatever in your kitchen needs just that little bit of extra attention today. And that's what we'll work on. So in today's email, if you've opened that already, I give you some ideas. If you're not sure where you want to work on or what needs your attention. Storage containers, Cheryl says, right? I swear those storage containers like multiply when we sleep, because it's either one way or the other in my house. They either multiply and there's like an avalanche of containers, or suddenly I have 0 containers or like 15 lids and 1 bottom. So yeah, they're so weird. So that was my first suggestion in today's email, is tackle your plastic containers. Make sure you have lids and bottoms that match. Make sure there's none that have cracks or, damaged in some way that you can't use anymore. So that's always a good thing. Even if your kitchen is fully decluttered, it always helps to just reset that. We keep ours in a drawer. If you keep them in a cupboard, just reset that area, because plastic containers can get crazy quite quickly. And then the other thing, if you're doing your plastic containers, I would also encourage you to think about the amount you have. Do you always have some extra sitting in your space, even when your fridge is full of leftovers and you've used as many containers as you would likely use? If you have extras, maybe challenge yourself to even get rid of some if you have a lot of extras, just to avoid that avalanche in the future. So that's a great place to tackle, and I think something we can all probably give a little love to most times. Another idea might be cooking and baking utensils. And here you can look for ones that are broken. If you have multiples or duplicates, you could keep your favorites and get rid of the other ones. If you have ones you just don't like, get rid of those. If you have, gadgets or something that you're not even sure how to use them or what to use them for, or they're a hassle to clean, so you just never end up using them. Yeah, Cheryl says always. I think, right? It just happens. I don't know how. So yeah, just go through your utensils. Give it a quick peek. get rid of the duplicates, get rid of the ones you don't use or the broken ones, that kind of thing. You can also go through your fridge and your freezer. If you, just like we did in the pantry, getting rid of anything expired or gone bad, and then taking stock of what you have, maybe making a plan to use it up over the next week or two. That's another great thing. Even wiping down your fridge, like the shelves in your fridge, it just feels so good to get those kinds of things done. Another great area to tackle is mugs. Mugs seem to be another one of those things that multiplies when we don't even realize it. So go through your mugs, get rid of the ones you don't like. We usually, all of us have our favorites, the ones we pick first. So maybe look at the ones that you never pick and see if you actually need them or if you could pass them on. I just got an email this morning from someone doing the challenge who said she saw on Facebook that her church was looking for mugs for, coffee time and luncheons and different events that they host. And so she went through her cupboard and got rid of half of them and ended up giving like more than 20 mugs to her church. So that was really cool. And I thought that feels good knowing that they'll go and get used and be appreciated. So that's another area if you want to tackle your mugs. Some other ideas you could do, like cooking and baking dishes, whether it's like muffin tins or cookie sheets or casserole dishes. Just go through and get rid of any that are, kind of damaged. I know like cookie sheets, they don't seem to last very long with like the non-stick coating. At least they don't in our house. So, some of those kind of get almost like rusty and crusty. You might have more than you use and need. So that's another one to get rid of the ones you don't use, keep your favorites. If you have water bottles in your house, those are another thing. Water bottles and like travel mugs that can build up. Maybe you want to tackle your junk drawer. I think we all have a junk drawer. And I think the junk drawer serves a great purpose in our homes. We have a junk drawer. And I think if you use it in a good way, I think it's such a useful tool to stay organized because we all have those random things in our house that you don't have a whole bunch of them, but you just need a spot to keep them. So when you have a junk drawer, and instead of just filling it with junk, actually have it designated for certain items and organized, it can be so handy to keep all those random items organized and have a place for them. So, but it's easy to get out of control. Like it's easy to shove stuff in there. So if you want to give that a little TLC, that's a great idea. If you have kids and you have sippy cups and kids cups and dishes, that's another area that's great to go through. And then like I said, if you would rather just do some deep cleaning. Oh, and Karen says fridge and freezer has been pleading for attention for quite some time now. So perfect. Now you have your reason to tackle it today. So that's awesome. Yeah, and then if you just want to do some spring cleaning, that can be helpful too. Just some of that extra appliance maintenance that you might not do, giving cupboards a wipe down, maybe doing the baseboards or something that you don't always get to on a regular basis. So lots of ideas, lots of things you can work on today. So I hope that helps. Again, I don't want to overwhelm you. Just pick one, do what you can in the time you have. Try to work for 15 minutes or so and just see how much you can get done. And remember, all these little things add up. So even if you just tackle one little space or one little cupboard, it adds up and it matters. So, decide what feels like it needs it in your house and tackle it today. So I hope that is helpful. I don't want it to be, when Kat says baseboards, yikes. Right? I know. I often laugh because I don't like cleaning, so I simplify our house so cleaning is easier, but I'm not a very good housekeeper, so I always think like when I eventually do get to the baseboards, I'm like, whoa, those could have been cleaned a while ago. So I'm there with you, right? Anyways, so yeah, just do what you can. And I would love if you share in the Facebook group today what you're working on. Not only is it just fun to see what everyone's tackling, but you never know who you'll inspire too. Like maybe you'll tackle your junk drawer and that will inspire someone else to tackle theirs too. So I would love it if you share what you're working on, do the before and afters, which was just so fun to see. So that would be awesome. I can share what I'm going to work on. I'm going to do under our kitchen sink. The last time we went to the city, we had stopped at the mall, and at Bath and Body Works they had like buy 3 hand soaps get 3 free. And I don't usually do those deals because I don't like to stock up that much. I don't like to have that much extra on hand. But my daughter was asking me if we could do this, and I thought, well, there's worse things she could want to buy than hand soap in the middle or wherever we are in a pandemic. So I'm like, yeah, I can go with hand soap. So she picked out all the smells, and anyways, when we got home, we just kind of shoved them under the sink, and now they're tipping over and it's a mess under there. So that's one thing I'm going to work on. Another thing I'm going to work on is we have our dog food in the kitchen. Well, it's kind of a long story. When my little guy was a baby, he used to be obsessed with the dog food and get into the dog food all the time. So we used to keep it downstairs, like out of sight, out of mind. And now our old dog can't manage the stairs. He can't go down the stairs anymore. So we brought it up to the kitchen where he could eat. So it was in there, and now we think he has a bit of like dog dementia happening because he wanders around all night and he eats his food in the middle of the night every night. So weird. But anyways, he was falling down the stairs from the bedroom down to the kitchen. He fell a few times, and so we were worried about him getting really hurt. So we have now brought his dog dishes up in the upstairs where the bedrooms are in the hallway there, so that he doesn't have to fall down the stairs when he's wandering around to eat his food in the middle of the night. So anyways, I have his dog food in the kitchen, and so I'm actually going to move it up into our linen closet in the upstairs landing just so it's easier to fill his dog dishes. So I'm going to just do some rearranging in there, and then that will give me a free cupboard in the kitchen as well. So I'll see if anything needs a little more space, which is another reason. Again, I said this when we talked about the glasses and rearranging, like drinking glasses. I said that having less, one benefit that we kind of don't think about is how it gives us more flexibility. Like we can easily switch things around to make things work. We can, we have a little bit of breathing room, so we can do that. We could add his dog food to the kitchen when we needed to, and now we'll add it to the linen closet. So that's another kind of benefit of just having less, is you have a little more flexibility because you have the space. And I'm just reading Kat's comment. She said, I have my gardener here today and have a going away party to get ready for. So right now my kitchen counters are a disaster. Making the potluck dish I'm taking to the party. Tomorrow is counter cleaning day. That's awesome. Good for you. Yeah. Like the main thing is we live our lives first and then we deal with the stuff second. Living is always first. So good for you. I think that's lovely. And that's, you'll tackle it tomorrow. So there you go. So that's what I'm working on. I can't wait to see what you guys are working on. You remember, just do what you can, even 5 minutes. If you have more time and you want to do more, awesome. Like always go for it. And I can't wait to see what you're working on then. But yeah, even just a little project matters. A little 5 minutes here or there. So that's it for today. I hope that was helpful. I hope it has you feeling a little more excited for today's task. I'm excited to see what you guys are working on, and I'll try to get to my stuff and post it in the group as well, and I hope you guys will too. And then yeah, I'll be back tomorrow 9 a.m. again for tomorrow's Facebook Live. Tomorrow I think we are moving on to clothes. Tomorrow we are going to tackle paper clutter. So this is another one that can feel scary and kind of intimidating. So don't worry, we're going to ease in, tackle it slow and steady like we always do. So that will be tomorrow. I can't wait to see what you do today. So take care, everybody, and I will see you back here tomorrow for another visit. So bye, everybody.